हेलो एवरीवन, मैं हूं निष्ठा और आप सभी का वेलकम है मेरे यूट्यूब चैनल पर। अगर आप इस चैनल पर नए हैं तो प्लीज़ डू सब्सक्राइब एंड हिट द बेल आइकन। और आज जो मैं बुक आपके लिए लेकर आई हूं वो है डियर स्ट्रेंजर आई नो हाउ यू फील, रिटन बाय आशीष बगरेचा। आशीष बगरेचा इज़ वन ऑफ द मोस्ट फेमस इंडियन इंस्टाग्राम पोइट। और ये जो बुक है इसमें इन्होंने 30 लेटर्स लिखे हैं स्ट्रेंजर के लिए, ए जर्नी टू होप एंड हीलिंग। डे 18, I'm your home. You will always come back to me. Always. About family. Dear stranger, I know that you are not able to accurately express how your family, including your friends, your choosing family, have helped you during your journey. I know that at one point you realized you had a good life and that they had provided everything you needed and so much more. You were never able to describe accurately the fact that these things, the house you lived in, their love, your schooling, college education, and your job, were for you a safety net that both comforted you and pulled you deeper into your depression. I know that for the longest time they described you as a happy person, and you did not have the courage or the strength to tell them that you barely had enough in you to keep your head above water. If this was not for them, you would probably succumbed to the currents pulling you down. That the currents creep in and suck you out to sea, taking holds of you despite your positions, your status, or the people who love you. You were never able to tell those around you that being caught in the current was a comfortable place to be, that despairs and hopelessness were the only forms of emotions that you remembered feeling, that you loved them, but no longer in a way that burned with intense joy. Rather, love had turned into a feeling of obligations through guilt. I can't accurately speak of your specific demons, but I can tell you about mine. I know that the rational side of me understood that I had a problem and that my life was good otherwise, but the irrational part, the part occupied by my demons, told me that my problem was not curable and that I did not deserve the love and adoration I received from those around me, that I could not possibly enjoy something I did not deserve. The default setting in my mind was communicating that life would be better for those around me if I was no longer here. I remembered growing up hearing people say that suicide was selfish, but I thought it was brave, and I was nowhere near courageous enough to realize my family from the misery I caused them daily. The only thing that pulled me through those moments was knowing that the pain I was causing by taking my own life would far outweigh the pain I was causing by continuing to exist. What pulled me through to the other side was remembering what I had lived through as a child. My father not being around, my mother desperately trying to make decisions that included me, how she tried to integrate me into a new family with a man who clearly favored his own children above me. I wanted to be given the opportunity to do better, to rise above what had been done to me. I wanted the chance to forgive my mother and to acknowledge her love and sacrifice for me. I wanted to be able to give my stepfather a chance to love me instead of rejecting him. And I wanted to be able to forgive my father and abandoning me when I needed him most. This was the extra motivation I needed to cross the final hurdle on my path of healing. I understand that your family dynamic may not be the same as mine, that your childhood may have been one that was filled with love, like the dream I had a whole and complete family. I don't tell you my story to fill you with guilt. I understand that your story is different. Love and stability from your parents and family are not always enough to placate the demons inside. But I have to assume that you are still here, still reading this, because they are an integral part of your journey to recovery. Whether active in the foreground or standing quietly in the background, your parents and family will play a role in your recovery because they were a part of your upbringing. Although they may not have contributed to feeding your demons, they are still there to help you battle them. Your battle may mean that you have to forgive, to let go of the anger and resentment you have held on to for so long. You may have to work on overcoming an abandonment you feel. Perhaps you will need to ask for their forgiveness or allow them to love you in the way that you deserve. There may even come a time when you will have to decide whether you want your parents and your family in your life or if their presence will only serve to feed your demons. I want you to know that there is no shame or guilt in letting go of anyone, regardless of genetics, if it means that you are able to heal and live a happy life. Note that family is not always formed by ties of bloods, that leaving behind the people who raised you or abandoned you does not mean that you will be alone. You have the ability to create a chosen family of people who will love you unconditionally. Your friends, although not related to you by blood, are also your family. They will be there to help you through this, regardless of where you are now. You are capable of doing better and being better than your circumstances. Know that in a healthy family, until you are allowed to love and be loved, and that you have the ability to carry forward that love as you grow and create your own family. If you were not that lucky, I want you to know that someday somebody will love you unconditionally, that they will need you as much as the air they breathe, and that you will have the chance to undo the wrong done to you. If you allow yourself to heal, you can do better and be better than you thought you deserved. With your loved one by your side, taking one step forward each day will feel much easier. You will be supported and cheered on to the best of their ability. Embrace the love. Feel it. You deserve it. From a loved one.